Real quick, we wanted to let you know that the National Association of Professional Mortgage Women will be celebrating their 50th anniversary here in Seattle, where it all started. Get in on the action and attend the highly anticipated trade show and the kickoff event. It all starts Wednesday, May 14th at the Seattle Airport Marriott from 4 to 7:30 p.m. Also, there will be a safe CE 8-hour comprehensive continuing education class available to all. Hey, we highly recommend you make it out and visit www.napmw.org for more information, or simply click the link below.
So a couple weeks ago, we shot a show about leveraging the new advertising changes in Facebook. We hope you guys liked it, and we hope you guys took advantage of the pinpoint marketing strategies we talked about. Now, if you missed the show, you need to go back and watch it. RC will post a link to the show down below. Now, we received several emails and phone calls about the show, and apparently people liked it and wanted to hear more about the changes and how they will affect the industry moving forward. But one phone call specifically grabbed my attention right away. It was a phone call from a personal friend of mine and the show's Ken Perry. He's CEO of Knowledge Coop, and if you don't know Ken and his company, you need to know him. He is super smart and he is super connected, and his brand has tons of value for the industry. Anyways, Ken called and had a really good point. He said, "Ryan, doesn't the Facebook marketing strategies break our fair lending laws?" Now that's actually a really good question. It's not uncommon for lead generation sites to break several fair lending laws and the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. Typically, it's on how they quote rates and fees and how they disseminate their clients' information, but I wonder if the mighty Facebook is following suit and accidentally breaking fair lending laws when it comes to lenders and realtors leveraging their platform to generate leads. It's a good question. Let's again bring in another industry pro to figure this out. Now, Ken is in high demand, so we couldn't get him here in the studio, but we did track him down while he was traveling. Ken, what do you think?
Hey guys, Ken Perry with the Knowledge Coop, and first off, thank you for bringing such great information to the industry. It is absolutely amazing what you can do on Facebook and advertising. I wanted to give you 3 quick messages just so that everybody knows that if you're going to use Facebook for advertising, you need to make sure you're doing it right and not in violation of the Fair Housing Act or the Equal Credit Opportunity Act. The first thing I want to point out is if you are selecting categories, so you're going in there and saying, I only want to advertise to the following groups based on the following criteria, make sure that that criteria doesn't leave out some people based on age, based on race, based on one of the prohibited factors in the Fair Housing Act. Secondly, if you are breaking it down to like first-time home buyers or jumbo product or whatever, make sure that you're advertising equally to everybody. So as you select things, you're making sure that you're not, just going in with a certain family on a certain flyer to a certain group. Thirdly, and this is the final thing, make sure that when you're advertising on Facebook that you get all of the criteria that you're choosing, so all your selected things approved through your compliance department. This is advertising, which means it needs to be kept in the office for a period of time. And so the company, the compliance department of the company that you work for needs to know exactly how you're searching and exactly what ad you're sending out. So what post are you boosting so that they can save those for the future when the regulators come in to examine them. They need to be able to prove what they advertised, how they advertised, to make sure that there were no violations. Those are my big things. So it's awesome that we're doing Facebook advertising. You guys should totally do it. You just got to make sure you do it right.
They don't call it the Knowledge Coop for nothing. Ken is on it, and when we bring you guys ideas and strategies, we do want to make sure they are compliant. Not the sexiest topic in the world, but it will keep you and your company out of trouble. Speaking of compliance not being the sexy or cool topic, it may not be the cool thing to do, but just take a look at your lender's overhead these days. You'll see that compliance is at the top of the list. It may not be fun to talk about, but it is certainly the main focus of just about every company these days. Realtors, this doesn't just apply to lenders, this applies to you as well. Regulators have been known to hold both lenders and realtors accountable these days. The government's got a hammer, it's called the CFPB, and they love to use it. Nevertheless, we hope this clears up any confusion. Feel free to blow up the chat log below with questions and comments for Ken. I'm sure he will take the time to review them and answer them, and we will see you next week. Hey guys, a little outtake for you here. Every company has different social media guidelines, some more lenient than others. So you may want to share this show with your company's compliance department so you get their specific feedback on how to properly use social media strategies for you and your company. Just my 2 cents.